Well, good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the Armstrong State softball field here on the campus of Armstrong State University for game number 2 of the NCAA Southeast Softball Regional number 2. Our second game of the day features the Pfeiffer University Falcons and the Carson Newman College Eagles. Carson Newman, the home team in the scoreboard, they are the higher seed. They are seeded second coming into today's contest with a 43-11 overall record. Pfeiffer is the 7th seed, even though they are the 8th ranked team in the NFCA Division II Top 25 poll. Come in with a 44-6 overall record, and they will be the visitors on the scoreboard. For Carson Newman in the circle, Lacey Rhinus, who comes in with a 26-5 record, a 1.34 earned run average. Rhinus, a freshman left-hander out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Thrown 203 innings this season with 149 hits given up. She has walked 37, struck out 224. She was the South Atlantic Conference's Pitcher of the Year this season as a freshman. And she will face this lineup for Pfeiffer, as Veda Blue Sherrill will play shortstop and lead things off. Stephanie Fortner, the left fielder, bats second. Mackenzie Pennell is the third baseman and will bat third. Kiana Millsap's the first baseman, bats cleanup. Chandler Walker, the center fielder, bats fifth. Rachel Crowder, the catcher, bats sixth. Abby Peck, the designated player, bats seventh. Kaylee Troutman, the right fielder, bats eighth. And Emma Tuttle will be the second baseman and bat ninth. Veda Blue Sherrill leads things off. Sophomore from Hiddenite, North Carolina, 5'7", hitting .325, 15 doubles, 4 homers, 30 runs batted in, and the first pitch of the ball game is low for a ball. Defensively for Carson Newman, Taylor Scott is at first base, Abby Fiesinger is at second, Kristen Topple at short, Katie Pritchett at third, as that pitch is a strike at the knees. Carolyn Levi behind the plate, and then the outfield from left to right, Allie Webster, Kennedy Richardson, and Ashlyn Cooper. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rhinus with the pitch. That is a strike. And it's 1-2. Carson Newman wearing the all-white sleeveless uniforms today, and Pfeiffer wearing the all-black uniforms. 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air to right. This is going to be out for a leadoff home run for Pfeiffer. So Veda Blue Sherrill connects on a solo shot, her 5th of the season, and Pfeiffer takes a 1-0 lead. That is the 12th home run given up by Rhinus this season, and Pfeiffer with the early 1-0 advantage, as Stephanie Fortner, the left fielder, will bat. Fortner, 5'4" sophomore from Sophia, North Carolina, takes a pitch low and outside for ball 1. Carson Newman and Pfeiffer did not meet during the regular season, but they have played several times over the years, as that pitch from Rhinus is a strike. This is the 27th meeting between the two teams, and Carson Newman holds a 25-1 edge in the series, as that pitch is in the dirt for a ball. They last met in 2014, with Carson Newman taking a 10-2 win. Pfeiffer's only win in the series came in 2002. 2-1 pitch to Fortner upstairs for a ball, and it's 3-1. Fortner hitting .324, 9 doubles, a triple, a home run, 26 runs batted in for the Falcons, who were the Conference Carolina's regular season champion. 3-1 pitch is a strike, and it's 3-2. But the Falcons were upset in the Conference Carolina's tournament. North Greenville ended up winning that tournament title. As this has popped up in the infield, the catcher, Levi, will come out from behind the plate in fair territory and make the catch for out number 1.
Third baseman, number 9,
So that brings up Mackenzie Pennell, 5'5" freshman from Taylorsville, North Carolina. All Conference Carolinas and all NFC All-Region third baseman. She was named to the second team just yesterday as the first pitch from Reines is a strike. Pennell is the leading hitter for Pfeiffer this season, 4.11 average, 10 doubles, a triple, 10 home runs, 56 runs batted in as that pitch is down and away for a ball. One ball, one strike, Reines with the pitch down and away. And it's 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch high for ball three. Reines last outing was in the SAC Tournament Championship game. She spun a 2-0 shutout over Coker to give Carson Newman the SAC Tournament title. The Eagles tied for the regular season crown as a walk will send Pennell down to first. Carson Newman was 18-4 in the South Atlantic Conference this season, tied with Lenore Ryan for that league regular season crown. Kiana Millsaps will bat now for the Falcons. The first baseman for Pfeiffer takes a strike from Reines. Millsaps, 5'9", sophomore out of Taylorsville, North Carolina, hitting .333 with 13 doubles, 2 homers, 37 runs batted in. Hits this one deep to left. This one is carrying, and this one is gone. So Pfeiffer with 2 home runs in the first inning. This a 2-run blast from Millsaps to take a 3-0 lead. And Vicky Casey Hollyfield, the head coach for Carson Newman, out to talk things over with Reines, as well as the Carson Newman infield. That home run by Millsaps, her third of the year. 34th or 35th team home run for Pfeiffer. They have 2 in this inning. And with 1 down, Reines will now face Chandler Walker, the center fielder for the Falcons. Reines' first pitch, down and away for a ball. Walker is a 5'11" junior from Bristol, Connecticut. Hitting .346, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, 38 runs batted in, 19 stolen bases, as that pitch is a ball. .2-0 pitch grounded to short. Throw to first in time by Kristen Topple, and there's 2 down. So 2 down for Rachel Crowder, the catcher. Crowder, 5'4" senior from Burlington, North Carolina. She takes a pitch low for a ball. Crowder's numbers this season, an even .300 batting average, 14 doubles, 2 homers, 31 runs batted in. Late swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch is down and away for ball 2. Swing and a miss from Crowder, and it's 2-2.
Hey, library, one library kid.
And the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed, strike three, and that ends the inning. But Pfeiffer gets a couple of home runs to start the ball game. We go to the bottom of the first with Carson Newman coming to bat. We head to the bottom of the first inning here at the Armstrong State softball field, and Carson Newman will get its first look at Pfeiffer starting pitcher, Caitlin Christian. Christian is a 5'5" freshman left-hander from Asheboro, North Carolina, 12-2 with a 1.36 earned run average. She's thrown 103 innings, given up 62 hits. She has walked 22, struck out 104. And she will face this lineup for Carson Newman. Abby Fiesinger will lead things off. Kristen Topple will bat second. Taylor Scott third. Lacey Reines, the pitcher, will bat cleanup as the first pitch to Fiesinger is a strike. Carolyn Levi bats fifth. Katie Pritchett sixth. Cheyenne Bowles is the designated player. She'll bat seventh. Ashlyn Cooper eighth, and Allie Webster ninth. Fiesinger pops this one up in foul territory. The first baseman, Kiana Millsaps, will make the play for out number one. So with one down, it brings up Kristen Topple, the shortstop, a 5'4" junior from Roanoke, Virginia. Topple hitting .307, 5 doubles, 3 homers, 25 runs batted in. Christian's first pitch upstairs for a ball.
Hey, let's go, Five.
And the 1-0 pitch, a little bit outside, taken for a ball. And it's 2-0. Carson and Pfeiffer, very similar pitching numbers. The Eagles have a team 1.84 earned run average. Pfeiffer with a 1.87 team earned run average, as there's a grounder foul down the third base side. And in this game, you've got a battle of freshman left-handers in Reines versus Christian.
Hey, it's game day, Five. Let's go, kids.
2 balls, 1 strike. Christian with the pitch, and that's hit into left field, but over to make the catch is Fortner for out number 2.
Hey, nice job, Top. Hey, keep hitting.
So 2 down for the Eagles here in the bottom of the first, and Taylor Scott, the first baseman, will step to the plate. 6-foot freshman from Huntington, West Virginia. Scott hitting .305, 13 doubles, which leads the team. as this first pitch is fouled off. 6 homers, 39 runs batted in. Carson Newman making its 13th appearance in the NCAA championships. Pfeiffer making its 2nd straight and 3rd overall, as the 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. And it's 0-2. And Carson Newman, one of the hotter teams in the region coming into the regional. The Eagles have won 11 of their last 12. No balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Foul tipped into the glove of the catcher, Rachel Crowder. And 3 up, 3 down, go the Eagles in the first. We head to the second. Fifer leads 3-0. We go to the top of the second inning. And for Fifer, it will be the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the order. Abby Peck, Kaylee Troutman, Emma Tuttle. To face Lacey Reines, who gave up a couple of home run balls in inning number 1. Peck, the designated player for the Falcons, looks at a pitch at the knees for strike 1. Peck hitting .240, 6 doubles, 3 homers, 22 runs batted in. Chops that pitch foul at the plate. And it's now 0-2. This is the 2nd straight year that Pfeiffer has been here in Savannah for Southeast Regional action. Pfeiffer made it to the sub-regional championship game last year, but fell to the Pirates in a tight 1-0 game. They beat Lenore Rhine twice in that regional, 4-1 and 8-3, but lost a pair of shutout games to the host Pirates. As that pitch is low and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reines with the pitch, and it's a check swing, foul. Peck wanted to take it, but didn't exactly bring the bat all the way back, and ended up hitting off the screen, so the count remains 2-2. 2-2 pitch again, fouled off. Two pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. And Peck out on strikes, so that's the 2nd strikeout for Reines in the contest, and it brings up the right fielder, Kaylee Troutman. Troutman, a 5'7" sophomore from Salisbury, North Carolina, gets hit by the pitch of Reines. And so Pfeiffer has a 1-out base runner. For Emma Tuttle, the second baseman. Tuttle, a 5'4" junior from Lenore, North Carolina. Hitting .331 with 22 runs batted in. Shows bunt, takes the pitch from Rhinus low for ball one. Tuttle shows bunt and then bunts it foul down the first base side. So it's a 1-1 count. This matchup, by the way, features the respective conference coaches of the year. Carson Newman's Vicky Casey Hollifield was the South Atlantic Conference Coach of the Year. Pfeiffer head coach Monty Sherrill was the Conference Carolinas Coach of the Year. Pop-up bunt attempt, and again, the catcher, Levi, will come out and make the play. That's the second put out she's recorded in the field of play. And now 2 down as we go back to the top of the order for Veda Blue Sherrill. Sherrill hitting .329, 5 homers, 31 runs batted in after the first inning leadoff home run. First pitch to her is high for ball one. Runner on first, 2 down. And Sherrill hits this one into right field, but on the run, making the catch is Ashlyn Cooper, and that retires the side. Pfeiffer gets a base runner, but nothing else. We go to the bottom of the second. Falcons lead at 3-0. We move to the bottom of the second inning. Carson Newman will send hitters 4, 5, 6 in the order to face Caitlin Christian. Worked a 1-2-3 first inning. Of course, this is one of 2 Southeast regionals, the other regional being hosted by the University of North Georgia. North Georgia, the top seed in the Southeast region, but in the 5th inning, the Nighthawks trail 8th-seeded North Greenville 2-0. We'll keep an eye on that contest as we go along here. The other teams in that regional, Lenore Rhine and Limestone, will play later. As first pitch swinging is the pitcher, Rhinus. She fouls it off out of play for strike one. Rhinus hitting .366, 12 doubles, 3 triples, a home run, and 36 runs batted in. Next pitch from Christian is high for a ball. Of course, the first game of our regional today was Young Harris, the 6th seed, beating host and 3-seeded Armstrong State 2-1. As this is fouled off, out of play. The schedule tomorrow, Young Harris will play in the 11 o'clock game against the winner of this contest. The loser of this contest will play at 1:30 against Armstrong State in an elimination game. As that pitch is high. And then in the 4 o'clock game, it'll be the loser of the first game tomorrow and the winner of the second game in another elimination game, which will leave us 2 teams left in the bracket for Saturday. 2-2 pitch again, fouled off by Rhinus. Rhinus, the Peach Belt, or excuse me, the South Atlantic Conference Tournament MVP. Fouls that one out again. She was also the South Atlantic Conference Freshman of the Year, as well as being the Pitcher of the Year. The 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3 at the knees, and Rhinus out on strikes for the first out of the second inning. Now we'll bring up Kara Lynn Levi, the catcher. Levi, a 5'5" freshman from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, hitting .331, 12 doubles, 2 homers, 35 runs batted in. First pitch to her is high and outside for a ball. Pfeiffer leads it 3-0 as we bat here in the bottom of the second inning with the Carson Newman Eagles. Pitch fouled off out of play down the right side. One pitch hit deep in the air to left, but not deep enough. Ranging over and making the catch is Fortner for Pfeiffer. And there's one down. Or two down, excuse me. That brings up the third baseman, Katie Pritchett. 5'8" junior from Ringgold, Georgia. Pritchett hitting .250, 6 doubles, 6 homers, 37 runs batted in. First pitch is a strike. It's 0-1. Christian with the delivery, strike again. And quickly ahead, and the count is 0-2.
Hey, I believe in you, KP. Come on, kid.
And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. And Christian works a second straight 1-2-3 inning, striking out 2. We head to the third, 3-0 Pfeiffer. Top of the third inning here at the Armstrong State softball field. Stephanie Fortner leads things off for Pfeiffer, with the Falcons leading it 3-0. Fortner looks at a pitch low for ball 1. Fortner popped out to the catcher her first time up. And the 1-0 delivery from Rhinus is a strike.
Hey, let's go, Wood.
One ball, one strike. Pitch fouled back to the screen. And it's 1-2. Pfeiffer ranked 8th in the NFCA's top 25 poll. They have been in the top 10 of the coaches poll as that pitch is fouled off every week since the middle of March. North Georgia also ranked in the top 10. They are number 3 in the nation, giving the Southeast region 2 out of the top 10 ranked teams in the country. Fortner strikes out for the first out of the third, and it brings up Pennell, the third baseman. Pennell drew a walk from Rhinus and then scored on the Kiana Millsap's home run. Pennell, the Conference Carolinas Freshman of the Year this year, as that pitch is low for a ball. Also earned first team all-conference honors. The Falcons had 3 first team all-conference players. As this is grounded to the first baseman, Taylor Scott. Scott will step on first for the second out. And bring up Millsaps. Again, a 2-run shot in the first inning. Rhinus' first pitch is a strike at the letters, and it's 0-1. Rhinus delivers next pitch outside for a ball. And the 1-1 delivery. Strike at the knees. It's 1-2.
Hey, library 1, library kid.
And the 1-2 pitch fouled back to the screen. And the 1-2 pitch high and outside. A little bit of wind here at the Armstrong State softball field, blowing in from center to right center. Temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. It is threatening to be a record high for a second straight day here as that pitch is fouled off. Yesterday we had a new record high of 95. The record today, 97. We'll see if we get there or not. It's supposed to be the hottest part of the week today. It's going to get a little bit cooler in a relative sense, Friday and Saturday. And of course, Saturday brings our only real chance of rain for the regional this week. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rhinus battling against Millsaps, who's fouled off a few 2-strike pitches here, as she does there, and that one gets stuck in the netting. Now we get to try and knock the ball out of the netting, and on deck hitter Chandler Walker comes over and does the job well. Can I credit her for a hit with that? 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rhinus again with the pitch. And that's hit into right field. And that's going to fall foul, just foul.
Hey, good pitch.
And of course, here in the NCAA regional, you have 3 umpires. So that was our first base umpire, David Bush, on the line, straddling the line to make that call. Our home plate umpire today is Todd Davis, and our third base umpire is Kevin Spivey. Again, the 2-2 pitch. This one stays high. And it's now 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch from Rhinus. Fouled off, out of play. And the 3-2 pitch is upstairs for ball 4, so a good at-bat for Millsaps. She fouled off quite a few pitches to work that walk. And Pfeiffer has a 2-out base runner for Chandler Walker, the center fielder. Walker grounded out to short her first time up. Walker was one of those 3 first-team All-Conference Carolinas honorees we were talking about for Pfeiffer. First pitch to her is upstairs for a ball. Walker hitting .344, 6 homers, 38 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch high again. And it's 2-0. Pfeiffer does like to run 106 team stolen bases on the year, but Millsaps just 1 on the season as that pitch is low. And Rhinus now falls behind Walker. 3-0. And the 3-0 pitch, that is a strike. Walker was taking all the way. Now I'll make it 3-1. 3-1 pitch, hit up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So Walker with a single up the middle to put 2 on with 2 out, and that brings up the catcher, Rachel Crowder. And Coach Casey Hollyfield out to, again, at conference with Rhinus and the Eagles. They have gone to the 7th inning in Dahlonega. North Greenville still leads, but it's now 2-1 in the top of the 7th.
All right, let's go, Eagles.
Now I'll bring up Rachel Crowder, who was a strikeout victim of Rhinus to end the 1st inning. First pitch big, swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch, that's outside. Two runners on, 2 out. We're in the top of the 3rd. Pfeiffer leading Carson Newman 3-0. 1-1 pitch fouled back to the screen. And it's 1-2.
Hey, let's go, Lace. Let's go, line break, kid.
The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike three. And we head to the bottom of the third here at the Armstrong State softball field. Pfeiffer leads 3-0. Chad Jackson back with you here at the Armstrong State softball field, bottom of the third inning. Carson Newman will send hitters 7, 8, 9 in the order to the plate. As Cheyenne Bowles, the designated player, will bat first in the inning. 5'7" sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee. Bowles fouls off the first pitch from Christian for strike one. Bowles a .304 average, 5 doubles, 3 homers, 25 runs batted in. Christian's next pitch fouled off, and that will fall out of play. Armstrong State Assistant Athletic Director Jen Rushton called for it but couldn't make the catch. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch fouled off again. This time Rushton elects not to try and field it. And the 0-2 rise ball this time sails a little too high, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 delivery from Christian fouled off again. 3 games tomorrow here in the Southeast Regional, and 1 or possibly 2 on Saturday. And again, the winner of this regional will meet the winner of the Dahlonega Regional for the Super Regional next Wednesday and Thursday, as this is popped up in the infield. And the first baseman and the second baseman converge. Millsaps ends up making the play, as Tuttle thought she was going to make the play, but Tuttle is 5'4". Millsaps is 5'9". That was always going to be Millsaps' ball. And that's the first out of the inning. And that will bring up Ashlyn Cooper, who fouls off the first pitch for strike one. Cooper, a sophomore, 5'11" from Friendsville, Tennessee. Hitting .261, a double, 3 triples, 4 homers, 9 runs batted in. She has 18 hits on the year, 8 of them are extra base hits. The 0-1 pitch, that's high. 1-1 pitch hit in the air to right field. This is in foul territory. Long run, and the second baseman, Tuttle, will make the play. And so Tuttle, who didn't get the pop-up in the infield, sprints over to the bullpen and makes the play in foul territory. And there's quickly 2 down, as Allie Webster will step to the plate.
Hey, 2-out rally.
Webster, a 5'7" senior from Charlestown, Indiana. Looks at a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Webster hitting .299, 4 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 24 runs batted in. Oh, 1 pitch, that's popped up. That hits off of our tent for a strike. And so it's 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch outside for ball 1. The 1-2 delivery hit in the air to very shallow left field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Webster, and it brings up Fiesinger, the second baseman.
I need focus here. Let's go. Come on, kiddo.
Fiesinger fouled out to the first baseman,
Come on, Abby.
Millsaps,
Just missed last time. Let's go.
in the first inning. Looks at a pitch low and in here for ball 1.
Hey, this is huge. Slow it down.
And the 1-0 pitch hit deep in the air to right field. This is off the scoreboard, and a 2-run home run for Fiesinger makes it a 3-2 contest.
Hey, second team in the region. Let's go. Start it up. Start it up. Let's go.
So 5 runs scored so far in the contest, all by the long ball. That 2-run home run, the 10th of the year for Fiesinger. And it comes with 2 outs, and it brings up the shortstop, Kristen Topple. First pitch swinging. Topple fouls this one down the left side, but it's out of play. And the 0-1 pitch is a strike. So it's 0-2. And that one's hit deep into left field, and that one is gone. And we are tied at 3.
That's it, kid. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, let's go. All right, girl. New game.
So back-to-back home runs
Hey, let's go.
for Fiesinger and Topple.
Hey, nice job, Fife.
And we're all tied at 3.
Hey, come on, Tay. Time to go. Let's go.
So Taylor Scott will now bat. strikeout victim of Christian in the first.
Hey, good eye.
First pitch to her is high for ball one.
Bury the head and drive it. Let's go, kids.
Carson Newman, who hit 36 home runs during the regular season, now goes back-to-back to tie this game up.
Hey, good cut.
1-0 pitch is fouled off, and it's 1-1. Three runs on 3 hits for both the Falcons and the Eagles right now in the bottom of the third. 1-1 pitch that bounces in front of the plate for a ball.
Make it work. Make it work.
And remember, all 3 of these runs have come with 2 outs in the inning. It started with the 2-out single by Webster, and then Fiesinger and Topple with back-to-back blasts. This one is hitting to center field, but not deep enough, as the center fielder Walker will make the grab. And we are tied, headed to the fourth, 3-3 here from the Southeast Regional. We head to the top of the fourth inning here at the Armstrong State softball field. The Dahlonega Regional Game 1 has gone final, as North Greenville has upset North Georgia 2-1. So we've had 2 games in the combined South Atlantic Regionals, or Southeast Regionals, excuse me, and both games the lower seed has upset the higher seed. Here we're all tied at 3. Abby Peck looks at an 0-1 pitch outside for a ball. Peck, the designated player for the Falcons, struck out against Rhinus in the second inning. As again, 3-3 is our score. We've seen 4 home runs between the 2 teams through the first 3 innings. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and missed, strike 3, and Peck out for the second time on strikes. Rhinus has now struck out 5 through 3 1/3, and that will bring up the right fielder, Kaylee Troutman. Troutman was hit by a pitch her first time up. Looks at a strike at the knees from Rhinus. Here it's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch, that's down and away. The other game in that Dahlonega Regional will start probably in about an hour, featuring Limestone and Lenore Rhine. Limestone is the 4 seed. Lenore Rhine is the 5 seed.
Look good, baby. Look good.
2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Rhinus. Check swing on a rise ball, and Troutman laid off of it, so it's 3-1. 3-1 pitch swung on and missed. Troutman decided very late to swing at that pitch.
Same thing right there, Warren. Line break,
And it's
kid.
3-2. Three-two pitch lined off the glove of Reines and into center field. That is a base hit for Troutman, and the Falcons have a one-out base runner here in the fourth. So that brings up Emma Tuttle, the second baseman. Tuttle shows bunt, takes the pitch low for a ball, throw down to first, but back safely is Troutman. Troutman 5 for 6 on stolen bases. And I think we might have had looks like the first base umpire, David Bush, just had a warning for one of the Carson Newman players. Not sure what for, but Reines's 1-0 pitch is popped up on the bunt, and Levi again will make the play. Levi has caught 3 pop-ups for the Eagles, and 2 down as we go back to the top of the Pfeiffer lineup. Veda Blue Sherrill, the shortstop, looks at a strike.
Hey, they ain't going nowhere on you, Levi.
Sherrill, sophomore, she was the freshman of the year in the Conference Carolinas last year. She hits this shot into center field. Right there to make the catch, though, is the center fielder Kennedy Richardson, and that retires the side. We head to the bottom of the fourth, all tied at 3. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning here at the Armstrong State softball field. All knotted up at 3 apiece between Carson Newman and Pfeiffer. Carson Newman will lead things off with the pitcher, Lacey Reines. She'll be followed by Carolyn Levi and Katie Pritchett here in the fourth, as the first pitch from Kaylin Christian is low for a ball. Christian set down the Eagles in order through the first 2 innings, and they got the first 2 outs of the third, but then ran into trouble at the top of the order, giving up back-to-back home runs to Abby Fiesinger and Kristen Topple to tie this game up at 3. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Rhinus, who was caught looking by Christian. Sharp single into right here for Rhinus. And Carson Newman starts off the 4th with a single.
Come on, Levi. Hey, we're picking up where we left off. Now let's
That'll
go.
bring up the catcher, Carolyn Levi. Levi, 329 average, 12 doubles, couple of home runs, 35 runs batted in. She flew out to left in the 2nd inning. Shows bunt and bunts it back to the pitcher. Throw to first is in time. That's going to go down in the scorebook as 1-3-4, as Christian couldn't field it cleanly. But the first baseman, Millsaps, was able to recover. It is a successful sacrifice, which moves Rhinus over into scoring position with 1 down for Katie Pritchett. Pritchett pops this one up. That's going to get out of play for strike 1.
Hey, don't reach. Let it get to you, KP. Hey, you got to stand tall. Stand tall. Don't reach.
Pritchett struck out against Christian back in the 2nd inning. Takes this rise ball high. It pops out of the catcher's glove, but Crowder recovers to make sure Rhinus cannot take an extra base. And the count is now 1-1.
Hey, stand tall. Come on, KP.
1 ball, 1 strike. Christian with the pitch, and that's hit in the air to left. Coming on and making the grab is Fortner for out number 2. And that brings up Cheyenne Bowles, the designated player. Bowles popped out to the first baseman, Millsaps, in the 2nd. First pitch to her is high for a ball. Bowles hitting .311 with runners in scoring position. And she has one right now as Rhinus is on at 2nd, but 2 down in the inning. That pitch high and tight for a ball.
Come on, Shy.
2-0 pitch, that's a strike from Christian. Pitch 51, by the way, for Christian through 3 2/3, 35 strikes, 16 balls. And the 2-1 pitch fouled back to the screen.
Hey, you're on it.
Young Harris awaits the winner of this contest tomorrow, 11 a.m. start.
Come on, Shy.
Again, we'll have all those games for you tomorrow on our YouTube channel. We just checked in. There's 170 of you watching this game. Glad you're with us here, as that pitch is low for a ball, and it's 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
You got stuff behind you here.
Runner on 2nd in a 3-3 ball game. The pitch from Christian, high, ball 4.
Hey, mate. Come on, Coop.
So Carson Newman has 2 on with 2 out. And Ashlyn Cooper will come to the plate. Cooper fouled out to the second baseman, Tuttle, on a nice running catch by Tuttle up against the bullpen down the first base line. She pops this one foul over towards the Pfeiffer dugout, but that will get out of play for strike 1.
Come on, Coop. Bad angle.
No balls, one strike. The pitch
Hey, get up.
called a ball, and it's 1-1.
Come on, baby. Come on, go. Go.
1-1 pitch hit high in the air to right center field. And the right fielder
Hey, good job.
for Pfeiffer,
Hey, keep putting the pressure on.
Kaylee Troutman, makes the play, and we head to the fifth here at the Armstrong State softball field. 3-3 our score. Headed to the top of the fifth here in Savannah. 3-3 our score. And for Pfeiffer, it'll be the 2-3-4 hitters in the order. For the Falcons, Stephanie Fortner, Mackenzie Pennell, and Kiana Millsaps to face Lacey Reines, who has settled down nicely after the 2 home runs given up in the first inning.
Leading off the Pfeiffer fifth, left fielder Stephanie Fortner.
And Fortner 0 for 2 with a pop out and a strikeout.
Happy anniversary, by the way, brother. How many years?
And Rias's first pitch is a strike. Levi couldn't handle it, but it's no 1 count. Oh, 1 pitch outside for a ball. Fortner hitting .320, 15 stolen bases on the year, 39 walks, which leads the team. Pfeiffer, a very patient team at the plate. As they have drawn 200 walks this season. The 1-2 pitch outside for ball 2. Very rare you see a team with more walks than strikeouts, and Pfeiffer is one of those teams as that pitch bounces in for a ball. Coming into the weekend, 200 team walks drawn by Pfeiffer hitters and only 163 strikeouts. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch hit foul down the right side. And the 3-2 pitch upstairs for ball 4. Second walk drawn in this game by Pfeiffer hitters, and Falcons have the leadoff runner on for Mackenzie Pennell, the third baseman. And the catcher Levi wants to chat with Reines. Pennell drew a walk in the first, then grounded out to the first baseman, unassisted in the third.
Third baseman Mackenzie Pennell.
Watch her going.
First pitch from Rhinus upstairs.
Hey, roll it up.
And the 1-0 pitch also outside the strike zone. So Rhinus is going to get another visit from Carson Newman head coach Vicky Casey Hollifield. Rhinus has thrown 88 pitches through 4+ innings, 51 strikes, 37 balls. Wind has died down a little bit in the outfield. For the first game of our regional, the wind blew in from center field pretty much the entire game. It is now started to pick back up, but it actually switched directions in this game. But trust me, none of the 4 home runs hit in this game were wind aided or wind affected. 2-0 pitch, that is a strike by Rhinus, and it's now 2-1.
Boy, you don't have to be perfect. Just be you. Just be you.
And the 2-1 delivery, a little bit low, and it's 3-1.
Good pitch.
And the 3-1 pitch is upstairs, and Rhinus has now walked back-to-back batters to start the 5th. And it brings up the first baseman, Millsaps, who already has a 2-run home run in this game.
Hey, roll it up. Suck it up. Come on now. Jazzy, be proud.
And Rhinus' first pitch to Millsaps, upstairs for a ball.
Hey, let's go, Lace.
And that pitch downstairs, Rhinus struggling with control here in the 5th. As the 2-0 pitch, that is a strike. It's 2-1. Grounder to short, only play is going to be to third. It took a high hop off the dirt and sort of took Topple by surprise, but she was able to stay with it, throw over to third for the force, and there's 1 down in the inning as Fortner is retired. And so with 1 down, still runners at first and second, the center fielder Chandler Walker will bat. Walker grounds this one to third. Only play will be to first as Pritchett throws out Walker, but it does move the runners over. So Pennell is now at third, Millsaps at second. And Rachel Crowder, who has struck out twice against Rhinus, will take a moment to talk to head coach Monty Sherrill, who is coaching third base.
Catcher Rachel Crowder.
Hey, win this one. Let's go. Hey, win this one. Win this one, Warren.
First pitch from Rhinus is right over the plate for a strike. 1-1 pitch is high. And Crowder fouls off the 1-1 delivery from Reines.
Library now, one. Hey, form. Hey, library here, one.
One ball, two strikes. Reines with the pitch. Hit down the right field line, but curving, and it will hit foul.
Hey, good job. Work. Library, one.
1-2 pitch popped up. Levi will make the grab and get the Eagles out of the inning. Pfeiffer had the first two base runners on, but could not bring them around to score. We go to the bottom of the fifth, still tied at 3. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning, and Pfeiffer has made a pitching change. Into the game now for the Falcons is Sydney Poole, 5'9", senior from Salisbury, North Carolina. And she replaces Christian, who went 4 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 3. And Poole will come in to face the 9-1-2 hitters in the order for Carson Newman. As Poole's first pitch to Allie Webster is low for a ball. Webster 1-for-1, singled and scored in the 3rd inning. Poole's numbers for Pfeiffer: 14-0 with a 1.78 earned run average. Grounder to short here. Throw to first by Sherrill in time. That's out number 1.
Hey, let's go, Abbo.
Poole is making her 29th appearance, or 30th appearance in the circle. 90 2/3 innings pitched. She's giving up 84 hits, walked 26, struck out 47. And she will now face Abby Fiesinger, the second baseman, who drilled a 2-run home run her last time up. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Fiesinger hit one off the scoreboard in right center field, just below the strike indicator. Grounds this one to third. Throw to first in time from Pennell.
Hey, top.
And quickly 2 down for the Eagles here in the 5th.
Go, top.
Shortstop, Kristen Topple.
Topple 1 for 2. She had a solo home run in the 3rd. And she grounds this one to short. Cheryl, a throw in the dirt. That's not in time. Been a tough play to get her anyway, so that's going to be an infield hit for the shortstop. Or the first baseman, excuse me. And we got a timeout taken to get first base secured back.
Hey, way to hustle, top. They don't change anything, babe. Look, go away.
Armstrong State head baseball coach Calvin Culberson out to repair first base.
Hey, don't change anything, one.
So first base back secure. And now Taylor Scott, the first baseman, will bat. Runner on first, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Scott 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Again, facing the new pitcher in this inning for Pfeiffer, Sydney Poole. First pitch to Scott is a strike. Topple leads the Eagles in stolen bases, 24 of 26, as that pitch is fouled off. No other player on the Carson Newman team has more than 3. But Scott is in the hole here, 0-2 against Poole. 0-2 pitch down low, taken for ball 1.
Deep breath. Let's go right here, kid. Nice and relax. You got this.
Grounder foul down the third base side.
Come on, Tay.
Keeps it 1, keeps the count 1-2.
Come on, Tay.
The 1-2 pitch again grounded foul down the third base side.
Back there. Working once. Good job.
And the 1-2 pitch high and outside. Crowder thought about throwing down to first, but
Pass it around.
Topple not going anywhere. And the 2-2 pitch is called strike 3, and Scott strikes out looking to end the inning. We head to the 6th, all tied at 3. Top of the 6th inning here at the Armstrong State softball field. 3-3 our score. Pfeiffer scored 3 runs in the first inning. Carson Newman scored 3 runs in the third, and that's where we have been since. As the bottom third of the order will bat for Pfeiffer. Abby Peck will face Reines. Reines has struck out Peck twice. This first pitch is fouled off down the first base line for strike 1. 3 runs, 4 hits for Pfeiffer. 3 runs, 5 hits for Carson Newman. 9 hits in the game, 4 home runs in the game between the two teams. And the 0-1 delivery is outside. That's 1-1. One pitch, that is a strike, and it's 1-2. Carson Newman and Pfeiffer first met on the softball field in 1991. A 2-0 win for Carson Newman. As there's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and Peck is out on strikes for the 3rd time this afternoon. And there's 1 down for the right fielder Troutman. Troutman has been on base twice against the Eagles. As that first pitch is a strike, she was hit by a pitch in the second and then singled in the 4th. A 1 pitch outside for a ball. Carson and Pfeiffer played again in a doubleheader in '99, and then in 2002 split a doubleheader. As that pitch is fouled off. But since that doubleheader split in 2002, Carson Newman has won every matchup between the two teams.
Hey, library one.
A streak of 21 straight. 1-2 pitch low for a ball. It's 2-2 now. These two teams have not met with this kind of, or on this kind of stage. Obviously the NCAA regional. Much tougher situation than just a regular season non-conference doubleheader. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the count now on Troutman. Reines now at 110 pitches in the contest. And this is popped up right back to Reines. She doesn't even have to move from the circle as she makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 down for Emma Tuttle, the second baseman. Tuttle's tried to bunt her way on a couple of times and has ended up popping out to the catcher each time. First pitch is low for a ball. And the 1-0 pitch sails high and in. It's 2-0. Shot into very shallow right field, the second baseman for Carson Newman. Abby Fiesinger will make the grab, and 3 up, 3 down, and go the Falcons in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's still tied at 3. Chad Jackson back with you here at the Armstrong State softball field. Bottom of the 6th, tied at 3 between the second-seeded Carson Newman Eagles and the 7th-seeded Pfeiffer University Falcons. And the pitcher, Lacey Reines, will lead things off for the Eagles. 1 for 2, singled her last time up. Grounds a chopper to short. Cheryl will get rid of the ball quickly and throw on to first for the first out of the inning. Sydney Poole beginning her second inning of work for the Falcons. Will face Carolyn Levi, the catcher. Levi 0 for 1 officially in the game. Flew out to left in the second. Had a successful sacrifice in the fourth. First pitch to her from Poole is low for a ball. Grounder to short again. Cheryl up with it. Throws on to first. And quickly 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th.
Third baseman Katie Pritchett.
Come on, KP. Hey, don't reach.
That brings up third baseman Katie Pritchett. First pitch to her is at the knees for a strike. Pritchett 0 for 2, struck out in the second, flew out to left in the fourth. The 0-1 delivery. Strike catches the inside corner, and it's 0-2.
Come on, KP.
And the 0-2 pitch downstairs for ball 1.
Give it a ride, KP. Hey, she comes in there, cut it up.
1-2 pitch grounded to short. Cheryl is going to get 3 assists in the inning, and we are headed to the 7th, all tied at 3. We are headed to the 7th, all tied here in the NCAA Southeast Softball Regional. Our first game was tied going to the 7th. Young Harris played it a run in the top of the 7th to win that one 2-1 over Armstrong State. Here in the top of the 7th for Pfeiffer. It's the top of the lineup. Veda Blue Cheryl, the shortstop, leads it off. First pitch to her is low for a ball. Cheryl led off the game with a home run. She went opposite field down the right field line. Since then, she has flied out to right and lined out to center. Good change up from Reines there, and it's now 1-1. The 1-1 delivery down low, and it's 2-1. Two balls, one strike. The pitch from Rhinus upstairs, and it's 3-1. The 3-1 pitch lined right to the third baseman, Pritchett. Pritchett makes the catch for out number 1. And that will bring up the left fielder, Stephanie Fortner. Fortner 0 for 2, drew a walk her last time up. And she looks at a first pitch strike from Rhinus. It's 0-1. Three runs, 4 hits for Pfeiffer. 3 runs, 5 hits for Carson Newman as that pitch is upstairs. Now the 1-1 delivery. A strike of the knees, and it's 1-2. We knew this regional, both the one here and the one in Dahlonega, were going to be tightly contested right now. Both final games decided by 1 run, and here we're all tied. Lenore Ryan and Limestone, by the way, have started. They have just started. They're in the bottom of the first, no score between the Bears and the Saints. 2-2 pitch from Rhinus, popped up over towards the Pfeiffer dugout, and the first baseman, Scott, had a chance, but could not get to it.
Hey, good pitch. I like it. Hey, library 1.
So the 2-2 pitch from Rhinus, check swing, and they're going to say she did not offer at that pitch. It was a close call as that pitch was right on the outside corner, but
Hey, library 1.
so the count is now full on Fortner. 3-2 pitch, little fister to second base. Fiesinger will make the grab on the fly for out number 2. And that brings up Pennell, the third baseman. Pennell has been on base twice via walk. She has also grounded out to first base unassisted. And she hits one deep to right center field. This one is gone. Mackenzie Pennell, the Conference Carolinas Freshman of the Year, hits a solo shot with 2 outs in the top of the 7th to give Pfeiffer a 4-3 lead. And once again, all of our runs scored here in this game have come via the long ball. And that will bring up Millsaps. She has a home run today. That came back in the first inning and drove in 2. She has also walked and reached on a fielder's choice. She foul tips the first pitch from Rhinus into the glove of Levi for strike 1. 4-3. Pfeiffer trying to continue the trend. So far, the lower seeded team has won every game. Granted, it's only 2, but it still counts as that pitch is down low and away. 6th-seeded Young Harris beat 3rd-seeded Armstrong. 8th-seeded North Greenville beat number 1-seeded North Georgia. As the 1-1 pitch is high for ball 2. And here you have 7th-seeded Pfeiffer leading 2nd-seeded Carson Newman 4-3. The 2-1 pitch down low, it's 3-1.
Hey, let's go, one.
3-1 pitch hit into right center field. This is going to be a base hit. Phillips is going to dig for 2. Throw to second, not in time. And Kiana Phillips has a 2-out double. So now Pfeiffer trying to get an insurance run. And we're going to get a visit to the circle here from Carson Newman. So we'll step away for a moment and come back. You're listening to and watching the NCAA Southeast Softball Regional. Meeting in the circle done, and now Chandler Walker will bat. She is 1 for 3 with a single. Looks at a strike from Reines. Reines now 133 pitches, 76 for strikes. A 0-1 pitch outside for a ball. Millsap's on at second. Her double followed the solo shot by Pennell that has given Pfeiffer a 4-3 lead. And now Walker wants to chat with Coach Sherrill. One ball, one strike. The pitch popped back to the pitcher, Reines. She'll make the grab, and that will end the inning. But Pfeiffer scores a run on the home run by Pennell. We are headed to the bottom of the 7th. 4-3, Falcons lead. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Sydney Poole, the reliever for Pfeiffer, needs 3 outs to improve to 15-0 on the season, but standing in her way For Carson Newman, Cheyenne Bowles, Ashlyn Cooper, and Allie Webster due up here in the 7th. Bowles is 0 for 1, drew a walk her last time up. As Carson Newman trying to avoid being the 3rd straight higher seeded team. And there's a sharp single into right field. And Carson Newman has the tying run on, leading off the 7th. And we're going to get a runner at first base for the Eagles. Number 17, Kennedy Richardson, the flex, is going to come in and run for the DP, so that's a free switch. So with Richardson on at first, Ashlyn Cooper will now bat. Cooper 0 for 2, fouled out to second base and flew out to right. And the first pitch is taken for a strike. Pfeiffer expecting Cooper to bunt, but Cooper took the first pitch from Poole.
I believe in you, Coop.
Now the 0-1 pitch showed bunt, did Cooper, but the pitch was in the dirt, taken for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch from Poole, outside, throw down to first, but safe is Richardson. Snap throw from Crowder, but Richardson able to get back, and the count is 2-1.
Hey, come on, Coop. Come on, Coop. I need you to stay hot.
And the 2-1 pitch bunted. Only play will be to first, and the pitcher Poole makes the play to the second baseman covering. Sacrifice successful.
Hey, you got to slow it down again. Last time you was out. Okay?
And so now Richardson, the tying run, is at second base. And Allie Webster will step to the plate. Webster 1 for 2.
Go, Allie. Hey, find the grass.
And she hits one into left field. That's going to fall for a base hit.
Good job. Atta baby, Allie. Atta baby, Allie. That's what we needed, baby.
So Webster with her second hit of the day puts runners at first and third. Tying run is at third. Now the winning run is at first. And we're going to get, I believe, a flip of pitcher as Christian is going to come back in for Pfeiffer. And Poole is going to stay in the game and play in the field. We'll get it all sorted out as we take a break and come back. You're listening to and watching NCAA softball. So with one down in the ninth, the tying run at third, the winning run at second, Pfeiffer will bring back in Caitlin Christian, the lefty, to face the lefty, Abby Fiesinger. By the way, at first base, running for Carson Newman is Alyssa Walker. She's important because she could be the winning run here. And with first and third, you could see the Eagles try and move the runners here, try and steal the tying run. But you have Fiesinger at the plate. She is 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run. And the first pitch from Christian to Fiesinger is a strike. Christian threw 4 innings earlier in this game and gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, including that 2-run home run to Fiesinger, as that pitch is outside for a ball.
Hey, they're going to try to make you chase something. Slow it down. She missed.
Infield is in for Pfeiffer to try and cut down that tying run at home. As the 1-1 pitch, it hits her.
All right. Come on, Top. Come on, Top. One out now. Come on, girl.
So that now moves the winning run to second. And it brings up the shortstop Topple. But it does set up a force at every base. Topple 2 for 3, singled her last time up, had a solo home run in the third. And the first pitch from Christian is a strike.
Come on, Top.
0-1 pitch inside, a little bit high as well. Oh no, they say it hit her. That ball hits Topple. And we are tied. That was probably the most innocuous hit by pitch in the history of softball, but we are now tied at 4. And now the winning run is at third. As Scott looks at a strike, and it's 0-1. All the outfielder is in as well. Any ball of the outfield could end this game as that pitch is high. Throw down to second. But Tuttle was not on the bag.
Hey, watch it.
The throw could have picked off the runner at second, but Tuttle caught it in front of the bag instead of on the bag. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Scott. 4-4 our score, bases loaded, 1 out. The pitch from Christian popped up in the infield. Foul territory now. And the third baseman,
Hey, Lacey, run us. Come on, boy.
Mackenzie Pennell, will make the catch for out number 2. So now it will take a 2-out hit from Rhinus
Hey, just like last time, Lace. Get on that back leg.
to win this game, as the outfield and infield retreat to normal depth. And the first pitch from Christian to Rhinus is high for a ball.
I think you're getting your job. Come on, Lace. Hey, finish it, 1. I like it. Come on, baby. I believe in you, Lacey. Let's go.
1 ball, no strikes. Christian with the pitch. Popped up, but that's going to hit on the dugout for a foul ball. It's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch inside for ball 2. 2-1 pitch hit in the air to very shallow center field. The left fielder, Fortner, will make the grab, and we are headed to extra innings here in Savannah. 4-4 our score as we head to the 8th. Top of the 8th inning here at the NCAA Southeast Softball Regional. And for Pfeiffer, Rachel Crowder will lead things off. She'll be followed by Abby Peck and Kaylee Troutman, as Lacey Reines' first pitch is outside for a ball. 4-4 our score. 4 runs, 6 hits for Pfeiffer. 4 runs, 7 hits for Carson Newman. The 1-0 pitch grounded to first. And the first baseman, Scott, will pick it up, step on the bag for out number 1. And that will bring up Peck, the designated player. As that ball hit off the base and reached up and hit Scott. But looks like she's okay. She was able to stay with it and make the play. Limestone has a 1-0 lead over Lenore Rhine in the bottom of the 2nd inning in the Dahlonega Regional. As Peck looks at a pitch low for ball 1. And the 1-0 pitch fouled off down the right side. And it's 1-1.
Hey, don't slow down. Let's go. Hey, spin it 1.
And the 1-1 delivery from Reines is low for ball 2. And then the 2-1 pitch hits the plate. Kicks back to the screen, but it's now 3-1 on Peck. And the 3-1 pitch fouled off over towards the Pfeiffer dugout. And the 3-2 pitch fouled off. It was a pitch low Levi had a chance to catch it, but ended up trapping it. Grounder to short. Up with it is Topple. She'll throw on to first. And there's 2 down for Troutman, the right fielder.
Hey, way to be there, Top. Way to be there, Top. You got a good D behind you now. Let's go.
And it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter possibly for Pfeiffer here with 2 down in the 8th. And looks like it's number 21, Tiffany Bartholomew. Bartholomew, a 5'11" freshman from Raleigh, North Carolina. Hitting .280 on the year. 7 hits and 25 at-bats.
Batting for Troutman, number 21, Tiffany Bartholomew.
All right, one. Let's go get her, kid. Let's go, Lou.
So Bartholomew will get a chance to swing the bat. Try and get on base here in the 8th. Reines' first pitch is down and away for a ball. 2 outs. We're in the top of the 8th in a 4-4 ball game here in the NCAA Southeast Regional from Savannah. 1-0 pitch. That's a strike. And it's 1-1. And a big swing and a miss on the 1-1 offering, and it's 1-2.
Library one.
And the 1-2 delivery down and away.
Hey, look good, Lou.
Two pitch fouled off. Lacey Reines, the freshman lefty, has gone the entire way for Carson Newman. Pitch number 150 coming up. As the 2-2 delivery is hit in the air to short, or excuse me, to second. Fiesinger makes the grab, and we head to the bottom of the 8th, all tied at 4. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. And Carson Newman
Leading off the bottom of inning 8 for the Eagles.
will lead things off with the catcher, Carolyn Levi. Levi faces Caitlin Christian, who started this game. Through 4 innings, came out in favor of Sydney Poole, but then came back in the bottom of the 7th. As this is hit down the left field line, and that is going to be caught by Fortner. It was a drive by Levi, but Fortner makes the play for out number 1. And that will bring up the third baseman, Katie Pritchett.
Third baseman Katie Pritchett.
Pritchett 0 for 3. Takes a pitch high for ball 1. Pritchett has struck out, flied out, and grounded out in the game today. And the 1-0 pitch from Christian is low. And it's 2-0.
Look for it.
Pritchett, a junior from Ringgold, Georgia, the only Georgia player on the roster for the Eagles. Takes that pitch low, and it's 3-0.
Hey, he's either got to come in or he's got to let you go. Let's go. Stay tall.
.30 pitch hit right to the shortstop, Cheryl. She makes the grab for out number 2.
I like it, baby. I like it. Hey, shall I get it started to get 2-3?
Swinging away at a 3-0 pitch in extra innings. She hit it hard, but just hit it right at Cheryl. And now with 2 down, it brings up the designated player Bowles. First pitch to her is high for ball 1. .10 pitch grounded to second. Up with it is Tuttle. She throws on to first, and we're headed to the 9th. All tied at 4. First pitch swinging is Emma Tuttle. She grounds to short, where Topple will throw her out for out number 1. And that will bring us back to the top of the Pfeiffer lineup. Veda Blue Cheryl, the shortstop. 1 for 4 with a solo home run. And that was way back in the first inning of this contest. First pitch to her is high for a ball. 4-4 Each team had a 3-run inning. Pfeiffer in the first, Carson Newman in the third, and then each team scored a run in the 7th as that pitch is upstairs.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
And the 2-0 delivery from Rhinus, low for ball 3. And Cheryl is not someone you want to put on first because she is 40 of 42 on the base paths. And so the catcher, Levi, out to have a quick word with Lacey Rennis.
Let defense work.
But the 3-0 pitch is down and away for ball 4. And so Cheryl draws the walk, and we'll see what Pfeiffer elects to do. See if Cheryl can get into scoring position with Fortner at the plate.
Left fielder Stephanie Fortner.
She may test you here, Levi.
Fortner 0 for 3 with a walk. Popped out to second her last time up. Throw down to second, and that is safe. Fortner showed bunt and kind of just hung the bat out there as that pitch was a ball. But Cheryl steals for her 41st base of the year, and she's now in scoring position. And the 1-0 delivery to Fortner, check swing, and she did go around, so it's 1-1. 1-1 pitch, that is a strike, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch well high, taken for a ball. Cheryl almost halfway between second and third each time Rhinus delivers a pitch, as that pitch is fouled off.
Library one.
Again, the 2-2 pitch, high for ball 3.
Hey, don't lose her one. Hey, spin it, Lace.
3-2 pitch grounded to short, and it's off the shortstop into left center field. Cheryl's going to think about coming home, but when Topple got a hold of it, that's going to be an error on Topple, but it puts runners at first and third with one out. And Cheryl thought about trying to take home, but thought better of it. And it was the right call because Topple would have been able to cut her down at home. But now there's runners at first and third with just one out for Pennell, who homered her last time up.
All right, let's go, Eagles. Gotta have it.
Fortner goes. They'll throw back to the pitcher and concede the stolen base to Fortner. The pitch was a ball, and it's 1-0. But now there's two runners in scoring position for the Falcons. And that pitch is outside. So 2-0 is the count.
Hey, expect anything.
We're in the top of the ninth. All tied at 4, but Pfeiffer threatening. As that pitch is high. Again, Reines has went the entire way, 165 pitches for the freshman lefty for the Eagles. And the 3-0 pitch, that is a strike. Pennell was taking all the way. Throw down to third, but Sherrill back safely. And the 3-1 pitch is way outside, and the bases are loaded with 1 out for Millsaps. Reines has gone 8 1/3, given up 6 hits, 4 runs. She's walked 6, struck out 6. Again, as we said, she has thrown 167 pitches. 92 for strikes, 75 for balls. But she will now face Millsaps with the bases loaded, 1 out.
Hey, let's go, Eagles!
First baseman Kiana Millsaps.
Millsaps homered in the first, drove in 2, walked in the third, reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th, and then doubled in the 7th. And the first pitch to her is high for a ball. One 0 pitch, that's high and tight, and it's 2-0.
Come on now, we're good.
2-0 pitch, that's at the knees for a strike.
Hey, roll it up! All right, Lace, come on.
Shot into center field. This is going to drop for a base hit. This is going to be extra bases. 2 runs will score. It is a 2-run single for Phillips, and Pfeiffer takes a 6-4 lead. So Millsaps has now driven in 4 of the 6 runs for the Falcons in this game. And Chandler Walker will step to the plate. First pitch to her is outside for ball 1. Walker 1 for 4 with a single in the 3rd. Grounds this one to short. They'll go to second. The shortstop, Topple, first wanted to go home, then decided to go to second to possibly turn 2, but by the time the second baseman, Fiesinger, got over there, there was no chance to get the batter. So a run scores on the fielder's choice. And it's now 7-4. And the first pitch swinging is Crowder. She pops up to third, and that retires the side. But Pfeiffer scores 3. We head to the bottom of the 9th with the Falcons leading at 7-4. Chad Jackson back with you here at the Armstrong State softball field, bottom of the ninth. And Pfeiffer with 3 runs in the top half of the inning, opening up a 7-4 lead. We can tell you in Dahlonega, Limestone now leads 2-0 over Lenore Rhine in the 4th inning. And due up for Carson Newman. Here in the bottom of the ninth, it's the 8-9-1 hitters in the order. Ashlyn Cooper, Allie Webster, and Abby Fiesinger. Facing Caitlin Christian.
Leading off the bottom of the ninth for the Eagles, right fielder Ashlyn Cooper.
So Cooper 0 for 2, had a successful sacrifice her last time up. Faces Christian, who started this game but came back in the 7th, and there's a shot into center field. Richardson will make the grab for out number 1. And that brings up the left fielder, Allie Webster.
Left fielder Allie Webster.
Go out. Come on, kid.
Webster 2 for 3, singled her last time up, also singled in the 3rd. Hits this one in the air to very shallow left field. The shortstop, Cheryl, calls it herself, and that's 2 pitches, 2 outs for Christian here in the 9th.
Go ahead, Bo. Come on, Abby.
And it brings us back to the top of the order for Fiesinger.
Second baseman Abby Fiesinger.
Come on, let's go. Don't lay down, let's go. Come on, kid, we're not done.
First pitch to her is high for a ball.
Come on, kid. Have some fight. Slow it down.
1 ball, no strikes. Grounder to second. Tuttle will throw to first, and it's in time, and that will end the ball game as Pfeiffer pulls off the 3rd straight.
Final score, Pfeiffer 7.
And
Carson Newman 4. That means
Coach Hollifield is going to ask the home plate umpire that the first baseman, Millsaps, kept her foot on the bag on that throw from second. So we will find out the result here.
She's trying to argue that the foot came off the bat.
And signal has been given, so the game ends. Pfeiffer takes it 7-4. And so tomorrow's schedule, it will be Pfeiffer against Young Harris at 11, Armstrong State against Carson Newman at 1:30 in an elimination game, and then another elimination game, to follow at 4. So good afternoon from Savannah. We will talk to you tomorrow morning at 11 for Young Harris against Pfeiffer here in the Southeast Regional.